Hey, what's up guys, TKF here. Now this is probably one of my best Wi-Fi battles I've ever had. It was one prediction at the end of the battle and wow, it was just, it had to go up on YouTube. So yeah, I went to bed at 5 o'clock in the morning last night and I got up at like 3 in the afternoon, which is just god awful. But yeah, anyway, here's the battle. It's going to be sped up pretty fast because it was pretty long and I had to record it and then put the narration on after, which is just really mind-bogglingly difficult. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at it. So he's going to start off with Dragon Pulse. I'm going to get my rocks up and I'm like, okay, let's switch this up a bit because we normally set the play. So I'm going to roar him out and I know he wasn't expecting that. So Aerodactyl's going to come out and play and I'm like, okay, I can take an Earthquake. So I'm going to take an EQ and I'm going to go for the Ice Beam. Now, if I was running Ice Punch, that would have killed. But I wasn't at the time, which I am now, which kind of sucks. So now I have to switch out, go into Modern Warfare 2 Ohms to take the EQ really nicely. He goes for the Stone Edge though, and I'm like, crap. And it crits, and that mattered so much. But I'm able to take that thing down by U-turning. And I'm going to U-turn out into my Wall Horde to see what he sends out, and I'm like, okay, glow score. So I know he cares about this the least on his team right now, so I'm gonna toxic it, and from here I plan to just toxic stall it out because that's what a Wall Horde does. So I'm gonna protect right now while he goes to the Stone Edge, and yeah, that's gonna work out really well for me. So I'm gonna keep protecting. I managed to get another one off, and yeah, it's gonna do more damage. And right here I switch out into Proper to fodder off to the Stone Edge, which he lives, and I'm like, wow. So he lives as well, which means this is going to be a double down. And I was like, okay, fair enough. So I'm going to sacrifice my Swampy in order to take out his Gliscor. And I was like, okay, that's fair. So now he sends in Raikou, and I'm like, shit. So I send in this thing, and I'm like, okay, I'm faster. So he double switches into Mismagius while I choice band lock myself into EQ. And I'm like, damn it, motherfucker. But I have to because, yeah, I have to take that thing out. So I go into this, and I'm like, oh, good play. So I'm going to go for the Stony, and this sucks. He goes for the T-Bolt, and oh my god, look how much it does. And I'm Life Orbed, so I'm good for 2 attacks, and I'm down. And this is the most important poke on my team, as you'll come to see later on. So I go for the Stone Edge thinking, fuck it, I have to take it out. So I get a crit, and he switches, and I'm like, no! So now I have to switch because I need this thing alive. So I go into this to take the T-Bolt, but he actually Shadow Balls. So I'm like, damn it, that goes down as well. So now I really have a problem. So I switch into Warhorn. I know he's going to sub, so I go for the Encore. And yeah, he's sub-trapped now, which is really cool. Because now I have a free switch. I switch into this. I go for the Air Slash, just God, hoping it'll break through the 311 special defense, which it does. I'm pretty sure it's 311. And he's going to switch out now into Raikou, and I'm like, okay, free shot. So I take the Air Slash out on the Raikou, and I'm like, wow, that is nothing. So he goes for the T-Bolt, and I'm like, I'm special bulky, I don't care. Whoa, look how much it does. Max special attack Raikou, damn. So I go for the Aura Sphere, thinking it'll kill. It really doesn't. He goes for the Aura Sphere, and what do you know, gets a crit. I don't know if it mattered or not, probably not. And I go down. So I go into Azelf, and I'm like, oh, you just got revenge killed, son. And he goes into this, and I'm like, damn. So that really sucks, and yeah. So now I switch into Wall Horde to take the Flamethrower, which he does really nicely. But unfortunately, you know, I'm going to need to pump this thing with more special defense because it's just not cutting it. So I missed the Toxic, you know, slightly after thinking, oh wait, it's a Steel type anyway. So a waste of a move right there. So I'm just going to protect till I can hopefully get enough HP back to, I don't know what I was thinking here. But I just didn't have anything else to go into, so I was just kind of thinking. So I go into this and I'm like, okay, so right here I switch into Azelf and I force him out into Mismagius, and I'm like, perfect. So now I can just go for the Thunderbolt, and I know it's not stab, but jeez, I thought it would kill, and it doesn't, and he's able to Shadow Ball my Azelf, and I'm like, crap. So that really sucks. So now I have no Azelf, so I go into this, and this was the most notable play. I knew he would switch, I knew he'd get greedy, he could have beat me, this is the only poke I have left, I knew he'd get greedy, I roost up on the switch, I'm faster, I go for the EQ, take out his Heatran, and yeah, basically from here on out, he is fucked. So I'm able to go for the Stone Edge on the Mismagius, and the EQ coming up on the Raikou, and that is good game. So an absolutely epic prediction that my opponent would get greedy, and I roosted out on the switch, which was really good play. So thank you so much, dude, for one of my favourite Wi-Fi battles ever. It really was amazing. Please, guys, go check him out. I'll leave the link in the description. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Cheers.